Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. You know it. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Some mornings I come across a news story or an article and I just start getting an idea for a video and I get so excited. My adrenaline actually starts pumping. And I can't, it usually takes me about 45 minutes to shower, shave, and everything. And I just can't get through it quick enough to get here in front of the camera. I'm getting new ideas and I'm like, oh my God, I can connect this and that. And this is what I get so excited doing these videos. That's why I just, regardless of the views or comments I get, I love doing this channel. Okay, that being said, I can always remember my entire life that whenever I've always been rebellious. That's probably part of the reason why I was told not to use drugs, or given examples of why I shouldn't use drugs, and I ended up using them. I remember this one instance. I still remember this. I was being babysat. I was 5 years old. I remember it because we moved out of this place when I was 6. So I was being babysat when I was 5 years old, and I had a babysitter from downstairs. It was this young girl, probably 16 or 17 years old. This is back in 1971. And she kept telling me, she kept saying, Daryl, you will obey me. I still remember this. And I still remember, I could swear I remember giving her the finger. And I was just like, I will not, the more she said that I would obey her, the more I just got determined to do like the opposite of whatever she said. I still remember, I don't know why I'm like this. It's caused me a lot of problems. During elementary school, like I've told you guys, I got in a lot of fights. I was the tallest guy, like in my elementary school classes, but it wasn't just that. It was when there was always bullies, in school, and whenever a bully would be in control of something, I would have to confront that person. I remember one bully, being in control of a patch of ice, and the girls that would go across it, he would push them down. And this is one of the very first times I ever got punched in the face. It was with this bully, because I got up in front of him and I said, I'm coming across your ice. And then the guy just cocked back and nailed me and dropped me on the ice. And I learned how to, I still kept doing it, but I learned how to protect myself. Anyway, that being said, okay, so this morning I come across a movie, okay? This is a new movie, and it's called The American Society of Magical, and I can't say the word. Okay, now stick with me here. Okay, so the links will be down below. This is a new movie. I love movies. I take them out at my local library. I buy like 5 or 6 a day. The newest movies, I buy them at the store. I see them on TV. I can't get enough of movie. I'm a total movie buff. And this is a movie that I think I'd like. I won't give you the whole thing. It's kind of satirical. And it's about magical people making other people's lives easier because it'll make them safer. And it has to do with black people and white people. Okay, that being said, now there's been a couple articles on TMZ. The stars of this new movie, David Alan Grier and Justice Smith. Okay, and I think they're probably doing this for publicity, but they're saying that society in general, Caucasian people cannot say the full name of this movie. Keep the name of this movie out of your mouths. That's their exact words. If you're Caucasian, so if you're white, you can only say you're only supposed to say the American Society and just leave it right there. Because. Okay, so when I saw this, I was determined, because in my heart I believe this is a piece of art, and I believe it's satirical. I do. So I was determined to come out here and because I love movies, and it's an artistic piece of film, and I love this kind of art. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say this title. So I kind of got psyched up to do this video. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to say, well, they said you can't say this, but I'm going to say it. And I'll use the title. But then all of a sudden something occurred to me. And I'm not a person that says, like, I hate when people say, that's unfair. or it's not fair. I've told you guys before, if you watch my channel, I do not believe that. There was no rule book handed to you when you were born saying what's fair and what's not fair. Life is unfair. I learned that when my father passed away at 9 years old. That life is just so there is, I hate hearing people say fair or not fair. Okay, so all of a sudden it occurred to me, what is YouTube going to think when I say the title of this title? Because it's not quite the N-word, but it is a term used that is no longer considered proper. It's almost considered a slur. Seriously. If you watch like All in the Family or anything like that, back in the 60s and 70s, 50s, 60s and 70s, it was a term that a lot of Caucasian people used, but now it's not acceptable. I started thinking about YouTube. So right there and then I decided to, and the link for this will be right down below, the actual YouTube video and rules. I actually watched the rule explaining, and they got a little X's and checks, like what you can say and what you can't say. Okay, so I watched it, and you guys can watch it too. The link will be right there down below. And they said, if it's a part of art or something like that, you could say it. But if it's a derogatory or if it's untrue, if you compare a religion to another religion using slurs, if you compare one race of people to bugs or animals, you'll get a strike and you will be suspended. And I've gotten suspended a lot of times, and I believe there's a reason for this. And it's not because it's unfair. It's not because of part Caucasian and part Native American, or because I'm tall, or because I'm an ex-drug addict. And I'll explain this to you. Okay, so I'm still debating whether or not I should say the title of this movie or not. And it's not because of David Alan Grier, and it's not because of Justice Smith. It's because of YouTube. And I started thinking more and more. I'm like, I can't say the name of this video, this movie, because it's just coming out. And YouTube uses algorithms. There's millions of videos, literally, every day being downloaded onto YouTube, and real people cannot judge every single video. So I know, because I see this in real time every time I publish a video, that it says checks are in progress. And a computer, artificial intelligence goes through my video and looks for words and phrases, pictures and everything. And if it finds something it considers offensive or suspendable, I'm out the door. And this, all of a sudden, I remembered my short-term memory. This is something that's not good. My short-term memory is damaged from my years of drug use. I've been clean and sober for over 17 years, since October 23rd, 2006. But I do realize that my short-term memory, I do have a problem with it. And this is why. I was just suspended about a year ago because there was a movie very similar to this. Okay, it was called the Black, and then there was another word, and it described a group of people from the South. And the group started in the 1800s. It has a K in the name, more than one. I hope I don't even get in trouble just for saying that. And it was a popular movie, The Black. And I'll put the link down below if you don't know. I still can't say the name of the movie. Okay, so I saw a clip from that movie, and I saw other channels here on YouTube showed that clip. It's where one of the characters is talking on the phone. A black man's talking on the phone, and it's hilarious. It's satirical. It's busting. It's making fun of racism. Okay, so I think it's fun. It's kind of cool. It's mocking racism, and I got suspended for that. And when I got suspended, this is why I can't say the name of this movie. Once I got suspended, I looked, and other channels, larger channels, there was larger channels that showed the exact same clip, the exact same title, and they were still not suspended. But I was suspended. And this is how I figured this, because the larger channels actually get a lot of times they get human responses, like human people actually review. And if one of them are suspended and you're a larger channel bringing in more money, you get human attention. Whereas where I'm a smaller channel, I don't get that because I'm not worth it. I'm really not worth it. And that, that might be fair or not fair, but that's the truth. All right. So I get suspended, and here's the worst part of this. Every time I was just suspended 3 months ago, right? Well, I got a strike. And now if it takes 3 months for a strike, if you get 3 strikes, my channel disappears forever. If I get 3 strikes in 6 months, my channel, or 3 months, I think, my channel is gone. So you got to be very careful with this. And I just did Lauren Boebert in the movie theater, Beetlejuice, that video. I got a strike for that. And it was crazy. There was channels all over the place talking about what I talked about. I didn't say any kind of body part or anything, but I got suspended for sexual content, which is just insane. I didn't use any names. I didn't, nothing. And here's the worst part. It says when that happens to you, you can ask for a review, right? So I asked for a review, and this has happened every time. It happened with this Lauren Boebert video. It happened with the black blank movie video. So I hit the checkbox for could I have a review? I believe this is unfair, and I never get a response. I swear in the Bible, the suspension is going by day, no response. It says we usually get back to you in 7 days, and then even a month later, no response. 2 months later, so. I'm willing to say the name of this movie, and I think there's a good chance I will get suspended for probably a week or two. The first time it's a week, the second time it's 2 weeks, the third time my channel's gone forever. And I love this channel, like I was saying at the beginning of this. If I can get 100 comments from you guys asking me to say the name of this video, I will. The next day, I'll do a video. Once I get 100, if I can get 100 comments from you guys, I'll say the name of this video, and just talk about the movie, because it's a movie and I love movies, and I'll talk about it, and we'll see where the chips fall. But I believe, not because life is unfair, but because I'm a smaller channel, that I'm ignored largely. And it's computers that judge whether or not I exist on YouTube or not. And that's the long and short of it right there. Artificial intelligence determines whether or not I get to be here and talk to you guys. See, if that's not a true statement, let me know too. Tell me. All right. So like I said, the links will be down below. I'm kind of, I like pushing the envelope. I feel like I was born to push the envelope. So let me know what you think. Like I said, the links will be down below to the actual YouTube rules, and the 2 movies I just talked about down below. I will be back today. Have a good Friday.